Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And tonight, we're talking Mr. Banks. Princesses, dragons. So many princesses.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Tonight, we are breaking down the Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet trailer. This is it's kind of spread like wildfire a little bit. It's gotten more than a little buzz. I would say it's kind of crept up to become one of the most highly anticipated films of the year right now, if not definitely one of the most highly anticipated animated films of the year, if not overall. Dragon, what did you think when you saw this trailer?
Well, I was very thrilled by it, and there's a moment that kind of made me want to weep out of its beauty. There's like one shot in here, and I think you know what shot I'm talking about, that just made me like in awe of like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. I was again. I've been for Wreck-It Ralph 2, and this is kind of this is like a prop. Again, we had like teases of Wreck-It Ralph 2 before. Now it was the first kind of proper trailer for it, and I think it shows a lot of promise. I think it's going to sell a lot more people on. Again, by no means. Again, this honestly is 2018 so far is shaping up to be the year of the sequel again. Because you think about it, we got that, you got Deadpool 2, you got the next Jurassic World movie, you got another Avengers sequel, and like Wreck-It Ralph 2, a lot of twos this year. And so I think
Incredibles 2.
That's what I'm talking about. So that to me is the most anticipated animated film of this year. Wreck-It Ralph, I think, might be following close behind. So
sure. Right. I'm just saying, Incredibles 2 seems like so close at this point that we need another like most anticipated of the year.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right, yeah, Dragon, I definitely really like the trailer. I think this is probably some of the big D23 footage that we heard about, but we never got to see with Penelope interacting with the Disney princesses, and that's kind of the big selling point here. It's kind of like the Lego movie of Disney movies in a way. I gotta say, Dragon, the one part of this movie I'm still kind of skeptical on is I love the Oh My Disney stuff. The Oh My Disney stuff is going to be really, really great. I'm a little bit skeptical on like, oh, look, it's Twitter birds and the Amazon warehouse and Snapchat. That to me, Dragon, that's the one part of the trailer that, well, I'm sure this movie is like not even going to be like, it's going to be far, far better than the Emoji Movie. But I got to say, seeing the different websites kind of calls to mind the bit, and that kind of, I'm like, oh boy. Ugh.
See, let me say this. This kind of puts a lot of that fear at rest for me. Is at the end of the day, I mean, look who's directing this. We have our Zootopia guys on this, and that kind of again, it's like world. I really liked a lot of the world building. I think it read more to me as like world building done by the professionals who did so well in Zootopia. So I'm more sold on it.
Sure.
So,
all right. So I guess nothing left to do then but to go shot by shot. Let's start it out. Let's full screen it.
Oh, yeah. Little Mr. Litwack.
So I like how just in this opening shot, we see kind of the mix of the nostalgic and the new school technology with the Dance Dance Revolution, with the whack-a-mole, kind of the Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of like just a bunch of different eras of video gaming all on this one screen.
Yeah.
I really like this device where it's like we see the pixel art of Ralph talking to Penelope, and then we go into the actual video game. That was clever.
Yeah. There's a really fun joke here of Ralph telling Penelope the news, and he's kind of overselling it. And then she's like, "Okay, Ralph, what are you trying to say here?" Is this lovely defeated delivery from John C. Reilly. Going to the internet. We're just so defeated. Like, oh, we're going to the internet. Which again, the undersold the exciting part. And it's
funny.
Look at him, he's so happy, and
the character animation looks really, really fluid in this movie. That's another thing I'm really looking forward to. It looks like they stepped up their game from the first one. Not that the first one was bad by any stretch. I'm just saying, like I love the lighting on him too.
I mean, we had 8-bit cake animation. You can't get any better than that, Tiki. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to the internet. Okay, Dragon, I freaking wish that I could unmute my sound right now, all right?
I
Because
know. I knew you were gonna love this.
we get Daft Punk. I mean, as soon as, like, look, I'm an easy man to please sometimes. And when you bring Daft Punk into something, I'm just like, yes, yes, more please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. May I have another? Oh, man.
So there was one image that they didn't have in this thing that if they had it, I would have freaked out. But we'll see. It might be in the movie. We'll get there when we get there.
So, of course, we get some fun world building of how exactly Ralph and Vanellope end up in said internet.
I got to tell you, the more and more I'm seeing of this, the animation looks even more impressive. And like how the whole transfer effect is going, like how they get to the internet looks even
That's
better.
what I'm saying. Yeah, like this whole movie looks like it has a real upgrade and effects from the first one.
Oh yeah. I mean, like that right here, this one time, like the whole taking in the splendor of the internet. This is like the world building that really has me jazzed in my mind too. Like, look, I mean, I love that it's like it's not the Emoji Movie is just like kind of bad puns. In this case, this is like a world that you want to know more about, which again is the same sort of like Rich Moore. Like, you know, he and his crew, like they know exactly how to sell a world. So I mean, all of this stuff it didn't really read as like a cheap pun. It just seemed like it's cute and clever. It's like, oh man, I'd like to see more of this.
Uh huh.
Like the Twitter birds here. It's like this is like the most charming like version of Twitter. It's like okay, it's like a bunch of birds in the shape of the logo, and you know they're like carrier pigeons. Like oh my god, that's so clever. The giant Amazon warehouse.
Okay, I gotta say the warehouse works. Snapchat might be the one thing that feels a little emoji movie. It's just
Well,
like, hey, look, Snapchat.
To be fair, I don't really get what they're going for yet with Snapchat. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I've never understood Snapchat. I've tried. I've tried to Snapchat a Disney trip once, and it did not turn out well.
Honestly, if you pause on like a lot of these images, and okay, now there's a lot to again. There's like too
National
much.
Geographic, cat videos.
Right. Well, there was one image. It kind of went by already, but I love the idea of the Google Tower. That Google. Yeah. See, the way I kind of read the design on this, and I could be wrong when we get to the movie, but the way it looks like here, especially with the Google Tower here, which I love this idea. If this is what they're going for, this is brilliant. Also, you have like IMDb and a bunch of websites like kind of being floating around there, which is also kind of cool.
IMDb should be on fire.
Why?
Because that's the state of the website right now.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh. Well, Kevin Smith. I hope for Kevin Smith's sake things would go okay with IMDb because he does the interviews and everything.
I'm just saying, like they had to shut down their message boards.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, here's what I'm going for though. I love the world building. What it looks like to me, and with the giant Google Tower, it looks like it's a city meets a server farm. And I love that design.
Sure.
It's a good idea because I've seen the server farms at Pixar in the making ofs so many times, and just seeing it like. It's like it would make sense if basically the kind of the output of the internet being kind of these giant kind of masses, and basically the bigger the business like Google, it's going to be this giant kind of Sears Tower size server, and it's really cool. I'm digging it. And now this I caught this on the I don't know why I missed this on the first time when I rewatched this, and this delighted me so much. The idea that it's a bar, it's a search bar.
right.
That's the thing that's so cute to me. That's what I'm talking about. Like these are like puns of the highest order.
Reckon I would totally go to the search bar at Disney World. You know that's just like a themed bar experience waiting to happen.
I mean, look at the truth. Look, you literally take a snapshot of so many things in this movie, and you could analyze all the great kind of cleverness of it. Here, it says it's powered by Knowsmore, and Knowsmore is much bigger than the search bar is on there because they have to advertise what it is. It's like it's truth in advertising. This character is played by Alan Tudyk because Alan Tudyk was King.
Alan Tudyk has to be in every Disney movie now.
I like that. He's kind of Disney's answer to Ratzenberg. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, I do like that.
And this is a clever little gag here. Again, if the guy who runs the search bar, which again instead of like drinks, it's knowledge. he's basically the kind of an autocorrect, like kind of auto instafill. Guy who runs the search bar.
Dragon, I hate to use this kind of terminology, but this movie feels like a Disney movie for millennials in a good way.
I guess I could go along with that. Yeah, it's
Because like all the humor is kind of like built around humor that only millennials like really who grew up with the internet and who kind of saw the evolution of the internet. That's the thing, Dragon. We're a very specific demographic. We were the first people to grow up with the internet.
right.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so socio-political there. Okay, so Vanellope's hyping up like the most awesome, epic, dangerous, thrilling website ever. I just have one result. Oh my Disney product placement.
Really good kind of 2D animation on the eyes, by the way, on that guy.
Uh,
So yes, oh my Disney. Here we go. One of the money. By the way, I love it in this freeze frame right here. I love how we have Tinkerbell coming over the going over oh my Disney. It's but Tiki, from what I understand, at least people have pointed this out to me. And again, I'd say it looks pretty on the money, at least what they're thematically going for here. It feels very much like you're going to a Disney park. And from what I hear, specifically, it looks like California Adventure. What do you think of that?
it looks like California Adventure. I don't. Okay, to me, Dragon, what this represents is this represents Harbor Boulevard, kind of like all the seedy hotels, like leading up to Disneyland. Because
Well,
you've got
again,
the Rise and Shine Inn, you've got the Motel 7.
sounds like pretty on the money of capturing California Adventure then.
Well, I'm saying it's not California Adventure in particular. It's more kind of like the experience of going to the Disneyland Resort as a whole
Oh,
and capturing, like, also, kind of like the experience of what it's like outside of the park.
all right. So again, this is an interesting idea right off the bat here. Disney princesses are kind of like the celebrities of kind of oh my Disney of this big.
Which they absolutely are, Dragon. I mean, that's that's just logic right there.
Exactly, and in addition to that logic, it's kind of like the walk around characters you'd have at a Disneyland or a Disney World, where they're kind of mingling, but in this case, they're like mingling celebrities instead of just like iconic characters being.
Right, right.
Okay, now hold on. So there's a lot to break down. Plus, we have the big splendorous shot coming up here. So first of all, Eeyore, I'm pretty sure voiced by Brad Garrett, which is kind of
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
He's a loose tie-in to the Winnie the Pooh movie coming out.
It's a connected universe, Dragon. Ewan McGregor is going to pop up in this movie.
Oh, good. So, okay, so let's see. So Penelope, she's rolling her eyes at the princesses and cartoon characters, like, oh boy. And basically, we have a lot of meta context in this trailer for this.
Of course, this looks like all the children kind of like walking through the castle to Fantasyland.
Yeah, they have these blockheads are kind of vaguely Minecraft-esque, I want to say. And so yeah, I love that Vanellope is kind of the voice of the audience. We have a bit here, and we have a bit at the very end. They're very kind of meta in kind of their execution of like commenting on like. I mean, this is all great, but how are we really getting away with this? And just saying, yeah, come on, princesses and cartoons. Like the minute that skepticism is brought up, Eeyore has the perfect response to all that skepticism with, "Hey," as in basically directing her to all the splendor. Like, oh, really? Skepticism, princesses, cartoons? Well, take this. Which is, as you see, Iron Man. Iron Man is behind there, and we have the beautiful money shot that makes me want to cry from its beauty.
It's pretty ridiculous, yeah.
Let's get that fourth corner in there, man. Let's get it in there. Oh, right there. Oh my God, this.
Yeah, that right there is pretty. I mean, the fact that the Muppets are included, Dragon. The fact that the Muppets are included alone, just.
I mean, it's just. I kid you not. I'm welling up right now just looking at this. I really am I'm overcome by how look at the house from Up, Carl Fredrickssen's house with the balloons on the top left.
Yep.
And look, I won't make it go through every little thing here, but I mean, leading up to it, you have little shots of
Gauntlet of Horse.
Yep. We have. I thought that's Iron Man's.
You're right.
Believe me, that would be awesome though. I like where your head's at. It's interesting they didn't say MCU. It just says Marvel, which again blanketly they do have Marvel because you see Cap shield over. You see Cap shield and you see Iron Man's his hand. Of course, I love so much great meta references here. So we have the old Disney animation building, which of course now is kind of like they kind of turned to a landmark in Florida. The big sorcerer's hat.
I also wonder if that 33 is a reference to Club 33.
I really think it might be, Tiki, because I legitimately think it might be. Because again, there are a lot of I'll bet you they're gonna have a lot of Disneyland, Disney World references through these. Let's see. So again, we have all these standees. Like these, you can tell these aren't moving characters, which means like they're attached. I'm not saying we won't see these characters, but you can see like Eve from Wall-E. You see now Dumbo is moving, so Dumbo, the actual character, is in the crowd there. We saw R2D2. We saw Arlo from The Good Dinosaur. He's kind of like a standee, along with something from Cars, and trying to think what else. Oh yes, of course we have Kermit, kind of a 3D projection of Kermit. Oh, Big Hero 6, that's the other one I was thinking of. R2D2 and Big Hero 6. They all seem to be kind of standees and kind of marquees for the buildings within. I mean, look side by side. This is like kind of the Roger Rabbit appeal we had in the first one, but for the big properties, just to show you how massive and how awestruck Disney is at this point. You have Muppets, Star Wars, Disney Animation, Marvel. And
I mean, you know what it is? It really is Disney kind of flexing its muscles at this point.
And I gotta tell you, Tiki is so simple, and this would have made me lose my mind here. So right off the bat, what I'm happy with is that I love this. Disney has animated a Luxo lamp on the Pixar Luxo ball.
Of course,
they have the gates of Pixar Animation Studios. Those wonderful brick gates, the little archway of the Pixar Animation Studios. That in itself, I think, is beautiful. But here's the thing: you see the TIE Fighter and the X-wing go by with the Death Star behind it. But when that TIE Fighter flew by, and when the Iron Man's landing, for a moment, I lost my mind. I saw the X-wing, because for a moment I would have legitimately might have cried if I saw this. I saw Buzz Lightyear flying over top there.
Oh my god!
It's basically Disney animating Buzz Lightyear. That just God.
That would have been pretty wild.
And again, that could be in the movie, so you never know. Okay, so we have our stormtroopers. They look great, by the way, here.
I love how ominous Kermit looks in the background.
I know. I mean, we might have computer-generated Muppets by Disney in this movie, Tiki.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
So that would be pretty wild. Look, we have Beaker in the background there.
Oh, my God, you're right. I missed it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I really wonder if
we have, it looks like a timeline.
Maybe. I really wonder what these numbers are.
Yeah, I'm curious.
They're all over the place, and initially I thought there were like future movies coming out, but I don't think that's the case. There's something else, it's I thought they're like advertising, like when you go to a movie, like you have the hanging advertisements. That's initially what I thought they were, but I don't know. So now this is a great reference here, and I remember this because when I went to Disney World years ago, you had like the little meet and greet. There was like this area where you had like a meet and greet with the princesses, and like they had these separate rooms, and it kind of reminded me basically the whole restricted access idea and like little Princess Star door, because they all have like these like a Hollywood dressing room kind of a thing while you're waiting in line, and it kind of reminded me a lot of that. So I just love kind of the deep cut nature of it there, where it's so similar to like the characters that walk around. They're gonna have like a changing room or like a little backstage area for them to kind of take a break. Have all the princesses in the room together. And this is an awestruck shot right here. And I think this is the one that was teased at D23, like this one right here, I think.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if not like the full thing, at least like this is like a good snippet of it.
So I think the first here is a computer-generated Snow White.
It might be the first computer-generated for some, it might be the first computer-generated Jasmine. Actually, all three of these ladies. We have Jasmine, Cinderella, and Pocahontas, all computer generated.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just thinking Snow White's been being the originals. I've been the longest for her. But you're right. There are a lot of first in here for that. I gotta tell you, in terms of this, I love the little subtle gags going with a lot of the princesses here. Like Pocahontas, you can tell she has a wind effect going through her hair all the time.
Right.
So far it seems like she's the most stuck up out of all of them, by the way, Pocahontas, and I think that might be like the meta commentary. Yeah, Pocahontas isn't really the most well remembered, most well liked.
I really hope that they make Pocahontas into like a I hope that they do a lot of fun things here. I hope Elsa kind of has an ego about her.
I, if she had that hands line, just cracked me up, you know. So okay, so we go backtrack a little here because we had the little broken slipper moment where we kind of glazed over. We're gonna go real quick because we had basically the princess getting the action mode. We had Jasmine's holding a lamp like a gun,
God.
and of course, most standoffish matter. Cinderella breaks one of her glass slippers into like a bottle, like a makeshift knife to stab a child with. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's just it's insane, wilding, and so Roger Rabbit-esque. Look, I'm not just trying to compare it to Roger. I'm saying it's like such an awestruck crossover event that Roger Rabbit.
I feel like the original like promised to be the Roger Rabbit of video game movies, and while it was a damn good video game movie, I don't think it ever quite reached the height of something like Roger Rabbit. And while this isn't necessarily a video game movie, it's definitely gonna. I feel like this has more potential to reach those Roger Rabbit crossover appeal.
Well, again, definitely feels like Toontown almost. So it's feels more naturally Roger Rabbit. At least for this whole Oh My Disney section, it's going to feel the most Roger Rabbit of anything in the movie, I'm sure.
Sure.
So yeah, so basically they're asking about all the princess tropes here. Like, what's your gimmick? You know, do you have magic hair? Do you have magic hands?
Can you talk to animals?
Of course, I love this. All three of them will be all three of their iconic talking animals.
Were you poisoned? I think Snow White's going to be the big standout.
You know what? I haven't looked it up. I don't think it's the case, but I'd love if Jennifer Goodwin played Snow White as a little Once Upon a Time reference.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That'd be wonderful.
It would be. I don't think it's the case. I mean, I don't think Judy Hopps. They're going to work Judy Hopps in this. But then again, it's Oh My Disney. You never know. I'm just saying it'd be adorable if that were. But yeah. Of course, this next bit of we had the curse and each princess like a corresponding theme that they're doing this in unison for, and with oh god, with Rapunzel and Belle here,
kidnapped or enslaved.
I just love Belle's face.
They're just like so enthusiastic about it.
And then, of course, there's Penelope with a very logical response. No,
are you guys okay? Should I call the police?
Just wonderful. Man. By the way, I love that we got as many of the original voice actresses as we could on this, and and of course, here's a big first Pixar character. Well, again, now with the other images we had there, but so far full-fledged character we're seeing. First first Disney animated Pixar character with
sure
with Merida from Brave there.
I'm guessing Merida's not going to have many lines, but yeah, it's nice to see her there.
I wonder if they're going to have the guts to take her down a peg for Brave. I wonder. Of course, this here, like, let's see, do you want to take them through the money line here with Vanellope?
You know what? It's been a while since I've watched the trailer. I haven't watched it since this morning. So.
Well, essentially, Rapunzel's asking, do people assume all your problems are solved because a big, strong man showed up? Yes, what's the deal with that? She's a princess.
She's a princess.
Oh, boy. So it's...
of course, this is why I think Snow White's going to be the big standout of the movie. Snow White just comes in with a, oh!
Yeah, man, Merida with her big, like, amazing tuft of hair just... This movie's going to be awesome.
All right, and now we have a really, really meta gag, although I kind of wish that they were, because Dragon, you know what I wanted this movie to be called. I wanted this movie to be called Super Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Because the sequel to the NES was the Super NES, the Super Nintendo. I think that Super Wreck-It Ralph just would have had a nice ring to it. But again, Wreck-It Ralph 3 will be Super Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, still, this is wonderfully meta what we have here with
you're right. This is basically the closest that we're going to see Disney to like addressing fan criticism and online like message boards and trolls and stuff.
And this is the movie to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this character is called Yes.
Oh God.
And she is played by Taraji P. Henson. The girl from Empire and Hidden Figures.
Sure.
she's really good. I mean, she's really good in Hidden Figures. So I'm looking forward to seeing her here, I guess.
So basically, this is a back and forth where this character is just, very vocally for the real title of the movie, which is Ralph Breaks the Internet, because breaking the internet is so in right now.
Yeah, basically,
but Ralph, I think, is the voice of many people like me, where it's like, you know what? If you're not going to call it Super Wreck-It Ralph, Dragon, I really hope that this scene includes a Super Wreck-It Ralph reference, because I'm pretty sure at one point that was a working title of the movie. But, Ralph is basically like, well, yeah, but I wreck stuff, so wouldn't it make sense that I wreck the internet?
and she says, "You're not wrong." And again, that's kind of the perfect response of like, "Yeah, we hear you, folks." I love that loading into theaters, by the way, because it's like, yeah, folks, it's like it's kind of this absurd cutesy gag of like, hey, the movie's already done and it's already in theaters, but it's loading and it's gonna take until November because slow loading.
Right. Which is probably true in some ways. They probably are just like rendering and processing stuff at this point.
Yep.
Like a lot of just sitting, waiting around, waiting for stuff to render. I imagine that's what they're doing.
Well, that is at least a quarter of the animation process rendering.
Right. Okay, Dragon. So I guess final thoughts on my end. I just think this, I know for a fact that like pretty much everyone on my Facebook feed today in some way, shape, or form was commenting on this. I mean, I feel like this kind of got people talking, maybe even a little bit more than The Incredibles 2 in some ways, just because of like the wild crossover stuff that this has going on for it. But don't get me wrong, I'm sure Incredibles 2 is going to be amazing. I'm stoked for Incredibles 2.
Hey, Bob Odenkirk.
Of course. I know we have Bob Odenkirk. You don't have to.
No, I know you know. I'm just saying when it comes down to it, Bob Odenkirk, it kind of wins overall in a way.
But no, I mean, I just like my one thing is I hope this movie doesn't get too cute with its self-referential stuff. Like it doesn't bog down the actual plot of the movie. Like I want a good arc with Ralph, and more importantly, I really want to see Felix and the other characters in this movie as well. I really hope that they make a return. Like Jane Lynch, I forget her character's name. Calhoun, I think.
Yeah, Calhoun. They're all slated to come back, so they should be in the movie. So
I hope this isn't a Cars 2 situation where Felix and Calhoun are kind of like in one or two scenes, but then are kind of sidelined. I really, because that's the thing, is that if one of the strengths of the original movie was the characters and the interactions between the characters, and I hope that with all this crazy Disney world building stuff, we don't lose that along the way. That's my one fear with this movie. Right?
You know what I'd love to see with Fix-It Felix in this movie?
What?
I'd love to see him like try to censor the internet, basically like kind of like a filter for the internet, like trying like, oh my word, he's just trying to fix and kind of censor all the stuff that was broken, basically comment.
Oh, like, God. Oh my God. That'd be wonderful.
Basically, like be the counter. Like honestly, I kind of want a part of me wants the dynamic to be, like Calhoun just like she's kind of embracing the internet and like all the stuff, maybe some of the bad stuff, and Felix is trying to fix everything. And I don't know. I think she's gonna be swept up in it. And he's just gonna be abhorred by it.
Okay, final thoughts, Dragon.
Final thoughts again, folks. I'm dazzled. In this trailer, I was already sold on it with the first trailers. Like, and I was open to it because I liked the first Wreck-It Ralph. And this trailer just cements my. I'm super hyped for it. I was just being sold on it. So I'm dazzled by this. I can't wait for it. And I mean, honestly, I'm just if they have Buzz Lightyear animated by Disney in this movie, I'm gonna lose it. Oh my gosh! That's the thing. When the minute I'm going to see a Pixar, even with Merida to an extent, but the minute I see a Pixar character animated by Disney, I'm saying, "Look how far we've come! Look how far they've come!"
God,
I'm dazzled with this movie, and it's definitely again, it's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun meta movie, kind of commenting on the internet and the culture, but at the same time, be fun, enjoyable to speak, and kind of. Again, it's going to be more world building, which again, Disney as of late have been really wonderful world building. So I'm very sold on it.
All righty then. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. Of course, we will be doing a lot of coverage for The Incredibles 2, including a very special kind of retrospective for the movie before the sequel comes out for the first movie. And then, of course, we'll be doing our traditional non-spoiler first reactions, then our spoiler cast, all kinds of crazy stuff along the way as we go into summer. Dragon and I are both really looking forward to that weirdly excellent-looking Christopher Robin movie that we keep getting stoked for. So lots of cool Disney stuff on the horizon, Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Ha 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 ha.